Hello, hello, beautiful people. Mi gente bella. Welcome to another edition of Santana Says, where we talk about everything from roadblocks to relationships, everything in between, and the overall journey of life. I am excited, as always, to bring you another edition of the show, but also another wonderful guest, because we are wrapping up our Using Your Gift series. But as y'all know, whenever we wrap up something, that don't mean that the conversation ends with that. It just means, you know what I'm saying, that we're going to be able to delve into more topics in another way. So we're going to be able to do that. But definitely, we wanted to be able to bring on another person that can speak more deeply into that, how you can use gifts to help others, and, you know, just how they show up in the world also. So, guest, our wonderful person who I cross paths with, and we'll get into that, how we cross paths and everything like that. But could you tell the good people who are you, a little bit about you, and, you know, brought you here today?
Yes, I can. I'm gonna tell it, and hopefully I can keep some of that energy alive. And I need some, right. You know, I be in work. You know, I like how your bounce and your finesse and your energy is just contagious. You know what I'm saying? But I'm bringing grace. You know what I mean? I'm here, and I'm bringing grace, and I'm spoken word poet, published author, as well as a stand-up comedian.
Nice.
I do shows throughout the city. So, city of Cleveland. Few cities within Michigan, just around the Midwest, and then of course my hometown where I was raised at in Atlanta, Georgia. They know me as being a entertainer. See? Pretty much.
And that, I've only known you in Ohio. I didn't even know you was from Atlanta.
Yep.
So hold up. Let's go.
I was raised in Atlanta. Originally born in Michigan, but my mom moved us down there younger.
What?
Yeah, to get, you know, a better life, get away from trouble, just have a better life, which it did pan out. So
okay.
Yep, I was raised in Atlanta.
Okay.
Moved down there at the end of middle school.
Right.
Went to high school down there, college. My first three daughters by my first wife, they're down there. I did a lot. Like most of my life is Atlanta.
Okay.
I've been in Cleveland maybe 6-7 years.
Look at that.
7 now, so.
I didn't realize. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
so yeah,
sure.
Okay. So then I'm gonna say, and you said, but you agree though that like it was good opportunities there and all that.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, definitely.
Well, what in the world brought you to Ohio then?
My wife, my current wife. Yep,
current one.
She's from here.
Okay.
So I met her down. She used to live in Atlanta, so we had to work together. You know what I mean? Had to pull up on her, something. You know.
Yes, you know.
Had to pull up on her, but she once we had the first child, and decided to come back so she can get to know family here in Ohio.
Right.
And then one thing, it was supposed to have been like a short lease, short timeline, but then I started a trucking business up here. So then my money got tied in up here.
Right.
So, you know, one thing led to another. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But that's interesting. So you were willing to make that move then, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure, most definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I understood it, and you know, and yeah.
Okay, look at that.
I'm certain. Yep.
Very good. So that's interesting. But then you also, so then Michigan was not long, you said? Like, so
Michigan was not long. That's where I was born at, but Michigan just from birth to middle school.
Okay, up until that point.
Yeah, me being 35 now, so I was in Atlanta before I got up here. What is that? Over 15 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I know more about Georgia than I do Michigan, outside of my mom's family, you know
and all
I mean?
that.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And you was able to come back full center though, because now you're doing shows. You know what I'm saying? All over, including Michigan.
Michigan. Yep. Yeah. And that was a treat. Yeah, that's definitely a treat to go back to the home soil, and especially where they don't know you from that particular thing, and you get to do it, and then they come out like, oh wow, like, oh yeah, you know.
Right, doing you. That's dope.
For sure.
Okay, but you introduced yourself with a couple of things. Mm-hmm. So I like how you just slipped it in there, and it was just so lovely. Speaking of, you know, with the finesse and all that and the grace, but you know, the published author thing. But you know, not everybody can say that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people write things in their spare time, but published author is everything. So what's up with that? Like,
okay, I mean, it is, right?
We're not gonna minimize that at all, sir. You know,
it's a spoken word book.
Okay,
it's about my personal healing through life.
Okay.
It's a lot. So if you enjoy spoken word, it's definitely a dope book. I really feel like that. I'm not just saying it because I wrote it. This was one of them things where my heart literally was pouring out the whole time and writing it.
Wow.
And then I can go back and read it today and know exactly what my intentions was.
Right.
At this story, exactly how I felt what was the emotions behind it, and then also what I had received from it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just clip notes to my personal experience. I've been through a lot of trauma,
Right.
As a teenage adolescence, even as a young man, being a young parent, just
Right.
a whole lot of different stuff. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's it called.
it's called Finding Grace Through Poetic Therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep.
But I'm about to say, because I definitely do feel like, yes, that can be, of course, very therapeutic to be able to even, put our thoughts down like
Yeah.
like linguistically like that. And so I think that's dope. And I think that's super cool way that, and even including our series, we had somebody on that's in the world of comedy.
Okay.
We had somebody that also does like spoken word, but essentially has done like open mics and all that, but has never put it into like a collective piece. And now we have you know what I'm saying, who was willing to put all that together into this collective work. You know what I mean? That's also a reflection of everything that, you like experiences that you have gone through and all that.
Yeah,
so I
for
think
sure.
that's beyond dope. You know what I mean? That you even have that at all. But like, wow. So like it has all of that emotion behind it and all those things.
Yeah, it does. It was something my grandma had. It always stuck in my mind when she told me. The reason why I started to express or exploit my poetry more, because she found my journal when I was like 10 years old. And she started reading it, and she told me, she's like, wow, keep this up. You got a real poetic heart.
Right.
And she said one day it's going to guide you through a lot of pain. That's what she told me. Then being like, 9 or 10,
Yeah, that's
I didn't
right.
understand what that meant. But then as
Right.
I got older, of course she passed when I was like, I want to say 12. She passed about 12. So that was painful alone.
Yeah.
But just going through like, just being in the neighborhoods, hanging with the wrong crowd, getting in trouble, losing friends that I grew up with that's real close,
Right.
getting in fights, being stabbed, like just different stuff like that.
Yeah.
I started to, jot down and write. And then it came to me, it's like, oh, this is what she meant.
Right.
So I was like, I always told myself then, it's like, if this can do this for me,
Right.
and I know how I feel after I get this out,
Yeah.
then this can do something for somebody else. So I wanted to share.
Right.
And there's just so much stuff that in deep depth that I can share, but as long as my mom alive, that cannot happen.
As long as your mom
As long
alive.
as my mom alive,
Oh,
that
damn,
can't
Mashi.
happen.
Okay.
But no, I'm at the point of life, even because, we, sometimes in the black culture,
Oh, yeah.
it's like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I get it. I mean, stuff ain't everybody business.
Yeah.
And then it's stuff to where I do believe in therapy is real.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I did go to therapy myself. There's other family members. I try to encourage them to do it.
Right.
And it's just something that was foreign in our communities and, part of the culture.
Yep.
That you just feel like you in a box or being alien in yourself,
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so it's like, but as working through that stuff, evolving, like I said, going through therapy, some stuff can be left there
Yep.
and some stuff is granted to be expressed.
Exactly.
Or like when I run into people throughout this life journey
Yep.
and they like going through something, and then I'm able to share with them,
Yep.
like, hey, you know what, I've been through this also.
Yep.
Or this happened to
Exactly.
me.
Yep.
And helping that way. It ain't got to be like,
Oh yeah, everything that
Yeah.
you gotta put out on display.
yeah,
Exactly.
right. It ain't like I would get famous and just drop
Right. Yeah, exactly.
you know what
Let
I'm saying?
everybody know.
Drop a Gayle King interview and just,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Or don't do like that Cat Williams interview.
Right. Oh man, I just watched that this morning.
That was too
Wow.
much.
Man. Wildcat.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was firing off.
Yo, he was going in, but agreeably, and then like, but I do get that, and it's funny because you are mentioning that like therapy can be a great tool, but I hear you. For us, we're making it seem like it's this normal thing that a lot of people just should do, and like whatever. But for a lot of people, no, it
Yep.
is still that foreign thing that is untouchable that they don't necessarily get into, and that isn't being celebrated in households. So of course, a lot of people are not pursuing it for those reasons, or they don't want to be chastised for it or seen wrong for
Exactly.
pursuing it. So so a lot of people are not doing it for all that. But I was even thinking, and of course, rest in peace, of course, to your, grandmother, of course, like, because that's always a big loss in general, but like it's the grandparents, man. Because my grandmother, that's the other one. Thank God I still have her. I do still have. She's over 100 now. Excuse me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
That's
Go
what I
ahead,
said.
Grandma. Yeah.
I'm telling you. The fact that she's still kicking is, you know, insane. But I know that's one that I'm gonna, you know, because whenever she goes now, you know, we're all like, you know, she done lived her life. Like she's allowed to leave whenever she can. But it's like, it's still gonna be this incredible loss. You know, those one of those things that you can't ever replace that. Like grandma's love is just, you know what I'm saying? That's everything.
Yeah, not Big Papa's.
Yeah, exactly. We need that.
Yeah.
But like even hearing what she said to you was definitely powerful though. You know what I'm saying? That she knew that was gonna carry you through. And like be able to do that was amazing and like very prophetic on her part. But I think it was interesting to even hear you say that at 9 or 10 that you were even journaling. Yeah. So like, did somebody put you on to that?
No.
Okay, so you just picked it up?
It's just how I felt. Yeah, because I used to yell a lot, like in my how I felt, or at my brothers and sisters when they were getting on my nerves and stuff. And then my granddaddy used to be like, "Oh, you need to calm your ass down."
Right, exactly.
And find a better way to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Find a better way to get that out and stuff. So, and it was just after hearing it for so long, I just started writing.
Wow.
You know, it wasn't like I seen it somewhere or somebody told me to, you know, it's like, I feel this way in my chest and this huffiness and I can't get out. You know what?
Right.
I'm about to talk about everybody.
Exactly.
All y'all about to get it, you know? You know, but them ones, I used to get it down and just tear it up,
right?
Just in case somebody will find it. So, but it's
no
all
evidence.
The subtle stuff of after the storm is what used to be in that book.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And some stuff I didn't want people to, you know, see or share, but she found. I don't even know if she like read all of it. She probably just skimmed through it, and even if she's seen something that she probably felt was like disturbing or something, I mean, the way she was, it wasn't like she was going
she
air
didn't
me
judge.
out or nothing like that. Yeah, so.
Man, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, dang, 9 or 10, even thinking of journalists. You know what I mean? That already. But see, that's interesting that before that, though, you were fueled by like all these emotions that you had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then,
for sure.
and see, that's why I feel like I remember having an episode not too long ago about grief and gratitude, because it's like those are two different feelings, you know what I'm saying, that we're having. And sometimes it's hard. I mean, a lot of us struggle when we do lose someone. We struggle with that grief, you know what I'm saying, that we feel. We're also grateful for the time we had, but it's still something that we grapple with, though. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make it feel any better though that the person isn't here, you know. So it's like it's not an easy thing. But during that episode, I remember talking about anger. And I think that's an interesting one because I've been noticing too a lot, even with my own children. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them, like the anger they carry, and I swear when I do go to talk to them, there'll be all these other emotions behind it. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, so if I wouldn't have sat you down, you know what I'm saying, to find out, like I would have just wrote you off. Yeah. Like you just this angry ass kid. Like what the hell's going on? Like I guess I'm not gonna deal with you or whatever. Like we see it as this thing to write off, but it's like, well, actually there's a lot behind that. There's gotta be a reason. You know what I'm saying? You feeling all that. Like you just yelling just cause? Like you just like to yell?
No, it's a reason.
Exactly.
Right. It's a build up or a source coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Something started that, like, you know, to trigger that.
Yep.
Yeah. And because I was 5 or 6 when my first grandma died. My mom's mom.
Right.
She died to a malpractice. Her doctor did a malpractice on her.
No.
Yeah. My mom was already 21, 20. She might have been 19. Hold on. No, she was 21. She had 4 kids at the time. So she was a baby still, you know.
Right.
And I remember when she came home and we found out, and I remember getting up on the kitchen table because she was crying. Right. And I was just rubbing her back. I was telling her everything's going to be all right. You know, everything's going to be okay. But that was just me trying to be the man in the house, because my granddad always used to tell me when he leave and go to work that I was the man in the house. But me just trying to be tough. But as the years advanced and I got older and started to realize exactly what happened, I started feeling like my grandma was taken away, because you got this doctor who's on heroin and drugs, and he performed a malpractice. So she's, you know, so that was tough. And then fast forward a few years later, my grandma on my dad's side, she gets murdered. So I had a lot of pain and frustration, and it used to just come out in different ways. Timing might seem off. It's not like every day I woke up and just felt like, man, I want to go punch a wall or something like that. It was just like little stuff would trigger you, and you just you know, kind of blow up.
Yeah. But rightfully so. I'm sorry. See, hearing all
Yeah.
that, like, you know, and I appreciate you even sharing. It's like, but that would make me very upset. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
no.
it's like, and I'm not just angry just cause, like, there is this pain behind my anger. You know what I'm saying? I am wishing that these people were here, and I'm just wishing that my family wouldn't have had to be at the hands of that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That they
for
would have
sure.
had to be subjected to somebody else's bad choices or bad decisions. Like, yeah, that doesn't ever sit well with anyone. And I just feel like, you know, there's clearly like care behind it too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? At the
yeah.
end of the day, you're like, well, these are people I really cared about. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying? And I'm
sure.
mad that they got hurt, you know,
Yeah.
and that I wasn't able to do something, you know,
Yeah.
about it. So it's just like, I get that. And I feel like, you know, and that's why it's something that I keep trying to work on also, but there's still a lot of times where I'll find myself having to filter, you know, like not just filter the anger, but really like process it,
Yeah.
you know, because sometimes I get upset too. I'm like, it's a lot going on. I wish I could do more, you know,
Yeah,
and like
yep.
I just, you know, it gets you upset, but it's not, that part is not a bad thing, you know what I
No,
mean? But of
not at
course,
all.
like, yeah, like now if you wanted to get even with certain people, I mean, that might lead you down a different path, you know what I'm saying? But of
sure.
course, we've all had those feelings also, where
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
all of that, but it's, yeah, definitely knowing that any like hurt and pain that we felt like we could have done more for, like to be
Yeah.
able to do that and not have, you know, feel
Yeah.
powerless in that moment, of course.
You definitely feel powerless. But from there, after, you know, processing and evolving through that stuff, but I just made a decision, like, you know, what's some of them gems that they used to teach me? You
Yep.
know what I mean? What it is that they would want me to do. And then, like, from both of them, from being such a little boy, and then all the rest of my brothers and sisters, everybody is a fool. All we do is clown.
Yeah.
Like when we, you know, like we clown, even at moments where we shouldn't be laughing at. It could be something on the movie that ain't funny to everybody else, but it's funny to us.
It's funny. Yep.
You know what I mean? And then my grandma, she was the same way, you know.
Yeah.
So my grandma Janet definitely was the same way, just a clown. So that was like, and my mother too, something that we all just had in common. You know what I
Right.
mean? That we always used to just clown. So I just made a decision. I'm like, you know what? I know for the most part, outside of the tragedy that got them both, if they were here with us, it would be a lot of laughter. So also, I decided, you know, I'm gonna laugh as much as I can.
Yep.
I'm gonna laugh through life. I didn't know I was gonna be doing stand up,
Right.
But I know I always enjoyed it. And then even through my poetry, when I perform spoken word, there's certain pieces where I incorporate humor, you know, just wit through it.
Yep.
And then from there, somebody's like, oh, you should try stand up. And I was like, yeah, nah, I don't know about that.
Exactly.
I don't know. And they're like, no, think about it. You know, you doing good. And it was actually you know, Black Tony from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ran into him doing a baby shower down there in Atlanta. And he
Wow,
was just like,
okay.
man, you got a gift for it. You should. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pursue it and see.
Yeah, exactly.
so-
And especially if you saying it, hold on.
yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying? You
for
got a little
sure.
bit to you.
Yeah.
Wow, what? Because I was wondering about that. And I mean, what I also think is, you know, remarkable, and I'm glad you're sharing too, is that, you know, you were told like you were the man of the house, you know what I'm saying? But also with everything that you've been saying, you are a man who's been having to face different things and like, you know, and process your emotions and all that. But you know, that's not always easy for men, you know what I'm saying, to do.
Yeah.
And that's not always the narrative, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know, y'all not even allowed to have feelings half the time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just need to be strong and like do all that. So it's like, I love that you gave yourself, you know, at least some kind of tool to be able to, you know, process all these things that you were going on. And now you have this great new tool, you know, with laughter and all that, with humor, you know what I'm saying? That's even a whole new one. But it's awesome to me that it did start off with that writing and all that, but it was just some kind of way that you were able to give yourself a way to do that.
Yeah.
And that you didn't just stay like, you know, in a way where you weren't able to let any of that out. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it like gave you a healthy way to be able to do that, you know, versus where it was before. So like, that's amazing, but that's actually one of the bridges then. So you started off
Yep.
with the spoken word, you was doing all the poetry, but people hearing the humor and they actually brought the idea to you.
Yeah, like yep. You should try stand up. You know what I
Wow.
mean? And it was first hearing it was terrifying. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, nah. 'Cause
Exactly, because that's a lot.
watching it was I know I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I think I remember getting my butt whooped at like 6, sneaking out the house.
Right.
You know, going next door with my friend's house because they older brothers. They used to have this cable box, and it had like 99 channels. This was back in Michigan, but HBO used to come on channel 57.
Okay.
And they used to show Def Jam, Def Jam Connie, and man,
Oh, yeah.
when my mom figured out where I was at, and I was, man.
Yeah.
I got my butt beat all across that driveway, across the lawn,
Right.
into the living room, back upstairs. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it was just little stuff like that there, and we talk about now, we laugh like, but that's crazy. Like, what possess you? Like, I gotta see this. I've been hearing about all these,
Right.
like, I don't know. Just I feel like it just took time to catch up because I feel like it was always in me. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
it was definitely always in some part I was born with.
Yeah.
I believe,
I know, and then people that's interesting too. Like sometimes it be multiple people that be telling you right about a certain
Yeah.
thing, but sometimes we're too afraid to like own that thing
Yeah.
that we're like, I don't know
Most
about that.
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like they're clearly seeing it for a reason, and they letting us know, and we're like, well, maybe not, because I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm ready for that. That's a whole different, thing to like tap into, and like to be able to open myself up to. But like they do too, and like and then deep down you did also. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, that it was something in you. So like.
Yeah.
Man, that's dope though. But then, so how was it at the beginning then when you first entered the world of comedy? How was that?
It was fun. I didn't definitely challenging, but
Yeah.
it was fun. It gave me butterflies and goosebumps, but in the right way. It's like almost like before you hit the downslope on a roller coaster. Like,
Okay.
right at that moment where you at the tippy top, and you're like,
Right. Oh,
oh,
sure.
this is about to happen. This is about to go. So you get all them chills and the goose. Like, that's what it felt like at first.
Right.
That's what it felt like, stepping into it. And then I get off, and I be like, man, that's fun. I need more of this. I need to get better. I need to,
Yeah.
Thank God I haven't got booed.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
No more. Yeah.
never haven't got booed, but I definitely had enjoyed it. And it's
Yeah.
still some that make me nervous. Like, before I go perform, I always get the butterflies. I got to get my breath together,
Yeah.
calm the anxiety down, remind myself, like, man, you X amount of 100 shows in, you didn't did this before. You didn't been on stages. Like, just it's another show.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just go out there, try to be raw, try to be fresh, try to be you. You got this.
Right.
Either they
Okay.
gonna like it, love it, or hate it.
Right. Yeah, that's it. Wow. But not yourself to give pep talks to yourself.
Oh yeah, I definitely. Oh yeah, every show. The
Right.
pep talk gotta go down. I don't even
Exactly.
feel right if I don't get the pep talk in. I'm gonna be off a little bit.
You're right.
If I don't get that pep talk in.
Wow.
Yeah, especially when it's like a showcase that's really important to me, where I feel like
Right.
I gotta show out for this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
I'm trying to show out every time, but like, no, I really gotta got my support here. This
Right.
can lead to another opportunity.
Yep.
Anytime you grace the stage, it can lead to an opportunity. But I have my favorites when I'm gearing up for something where
Yep.
I'm like, nah, I need this preparation.
Yeah.
Weeks before that downtime before it's time to get on stage, I need to get that pep talk in.
Right, nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think that's so cool because I mean, it obviously means too that you're in something that you love, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, that you really care about. But then also like, I think it's cool that like when you still get that like obviously you're in something that really like drives you and has passion behind it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The fact that you still get nervous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. And then I think it's kind of cool because it means like you haven't fully like, mastered. There's still room in that.
Oh,
but
yeah, for
like,
sure.
Yeah, but it also
Yeah.
sounds so cool to me because I'm like, wow, that's so humbling then to know
Yeah.
that like you're still in that place where you can still do that.
Yeah,
You're
for
like,
sure.
yes, it's
Yep.
still something that you have to. That is so
Yeah,
cool.
I think even when I get to the point of like really mastering, I think I'm still gonna be
Yeah,
like that. I
still
just see it. I just feel it.
Yeah.
And because I'm passionate about what I'm saying and doing,
right.
and the job of like I'm here standing on the stage right now because I need to make y'all laugh.
Right.
You know what I mean? It ain't like I
Yeah.
can just jump off stage and start tickling people.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I gotta communicate
right.
my punchlines and my build up
Right.
for you to receive it in a funny way. Yeah, I care about that.
Yeah, that is true though. See, that is a remarkable thing. Like I agree. I mean, I've gone to shows and I mean, it's just awesome. Like the
Yeah.
kind of energy that is generated there,
Yeah.
and I love it. I do love being able to lead. Like when my stomach hurting from all the laughter that I have done. But you are right. You do that from up there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? On that stage, you're not even down here, but it's still such an intimate experience. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That does happen, and like you do walk away from some of these shows feeling like you know that person. Like wow, like you know what I mean? Because I've gotten to learn a little bit about your life. You know what I'm saying, and all that. You done share certain things with me. You know what I'm saying? So we connected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for
in
sure.
some
Right.
way.
Yeah, it's a connection. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that short period of time, it's definitely a connection.
Yes. So that's all. And I think you've already curated that, like having been in the world of spoken word, because that's
Yeah.
very intimate too. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about some stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying,
yeah,
when
that
you're
was
doing
terrifying too.
I bet.
Yeah, the first that now that I was more terrified doing that than when I started comedy, and I would have thought it would have been the other way around. But
Yeah.
the first time I did spoken word, my voice was cracking.
Right.
I was shaking, I had the shakes.
Right.
It was like,
Yeah, exactly.
it was it was a lot going on. Man, I remember.
Yeah.
I think my sock, I had to wring my sock out when I got back to the car.
For real?
That's how
Sweat?
bad I was sweating. And I don't even sweat that much. That
Right.
sock was, man. What?
I feel it. It happens.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the good thing about the spoken word thing, you won't get booed doing spoken word.
Got you? Okay.
It's a different venue if cause it's more of a you know what I mean?
Yes, working.
Not saying comedy ain't supportive, but it's a different ball game. Like
Right, exactly.
people may not say nothing, and sometimes that can be scary
Right.
in its own. But no, it's just like, you know, they're like, oh, you got it, baby, you got it, you got it, and that should be motivating. But then you're like, shut up, I'm trying to get my next thought. I just want to get this over with, and I'm not a quitter.
Right.
Yeah, but I probably was up there for like 3 minutes, man. It felt like 3 days.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Just try to get it up. That's funny.
Yeah.
But I hear you though. So like, and it's all eyes on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you do it. So like, I could definitely feel how that like does all that. But agreed. I've been to enough open mics where that is exactly
Yeah.
what happens. They'll fill the silence with the support, but you're like, I don't need that. I just was trying to gather my thought. I didn't need you to speak.
Pipe down a little bit.
Exactly.
Claps are loud right now. I'm losing my you
You don't need
clapping.
it. It's not helping me at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny. That makes sense. But I totally feel you that
Yeah.
like that's what would occur.
Yeah.
But then but I also feel you on. That's why I can see comedy being a little bit more challenging in the fact that booing could be there. I mean,
Yeah.
just because, you know, people are expecting like a certain, you know what I mean, like output from you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like if you don't deliver, they're like
Yeah.
quick to be like, you know, it's
Yeah,
not.
especially black folks. Oh, he expected. If you don't get booed, they gonna be quiet, or you gonna get stage right here, and they
Yo, that's
back
crazy.
turning, or they start talking. You hear bottles clinging and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Yo.
this is not a bad boy video. It's like
Exactly. Why you
the
doing me like
Warriors. Somebody about to solicit the Warriors. Clinging bottles.
Yo.
Damn, I'm trying to get my jig off.
Right, exactly.
So I
and
ain't
they
doing
not.
too well.
Yo,
Yeah.
that is true though, and I have been at some events where there do be guest speakers, and the students will start doing that.
Yeah,
you got to get them to stop
they ain't
talking. They like, but they not into it, y'all.
Yeah,
They're not.
They ain't feeling it.
Yeah, exactly.
They ain't
It's
grab my, and it's
Right.
such a short window, and
Right.
especially in comedy. It's such a
Man,
you got like this is really
right, capture your audience
Yeah.
quickly. You know what I'm
unless
saying?
you got the stage present, which I feel I'm definitely developing that now. Like I do very well. I still got a long road to go, but I do very well of coming out, captivating within that window that I need to do it in. And then I
Nice.
got mentors now that's been like veterans in the game, and they like, yeah, you know, just get into it quicker, you know, and cut the fluff out, or you know, just go boom straight into your joke and then your punchline. You know, you
Okay.
can get them. That's a more effective way, because like the way I'm doing it now is like more, because I'm a storyteller,
Got
and
you.
my comedy is almost like my poetry.
Right,
The way I set it up,
gotcha.
but there's other places where they see me going, like other markets, and
Right.
you know, you got the LA market. I've been down a little bit in the Georgia market, but just West Coast and stuff, and then a lot of stuff is just boom, 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 you know.
Right.
So I'm still learning and developing new techniques.
Right.
But what I've been doing so far, I'm definitely proud of myself. And that
I
ain't
mean,
something
absolutely.
I've been saying usually, but I just been walking into the truth and the purpose of, you know what, like I gotta salute myself and commend myself, because it's just about to be 5 years since I've
Right.
been doing it, and I didn't even think I'll be.
Exactly,
yeah.
doing it at all,
Yeah,
let
doing it
alone
at all,
doing all that.
so,
Exactly,
for sure.
and let's do that, y'all. You know, I don't think we celebrate ourselves enough
Yeah,
sometimes.
got to.
And just
Yeah, for
exactly,
sure,
you know what I'm
got
saying?
to.
It's a new year, and this is
Yeah,
gonna be,
right.
you know, our first
Yeah.
episode of the new year.
Yeah.
But it's like, yes, I agree. I feel like sometimes when we doing all that reflected, judging what we're wrong and all that. Sometimes we gotta be like, but damn. I mean, I'm at least doing a damn thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
doing
it's
it.
like,
Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
And that is dope that you're even in there, that you're even trying it, that you're still doing it,
Yeah.
like you said. But agreed. I feel like there's many times where we do that, where we don't take enough time to just be like, wow, at least I'm even still doing it at all. The fact that I kept up with it, I could have gave up. You know what I mean? I could have stopped it, but like it is everything. You know what I mean?
for
That you're
sure.
even doing that. Absolutely. So like I love that. But I love too that you're starting to, realize how, your delivery could change, how you can constantly emerge and develop it and all that. Like that's dope.
Yeah.
But it is an art form in that way.
Yeah, art form, communications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet. That's true too, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure I didn't even think about that, but like, you were learning the true value of communication,
Yeah,
sir.
for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Yeah.
Like how to effectively communicate a message through comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you probably
Yep,
doing
and
it on
make
a
'em
more
laugh.
advanced
It's such one of them art forms where it's really a lot into it. I mean, it's joke telling, storytelling, you
Right.
communicating, you have to convey a message and it has to be clear to where you got all these different walks of life, complete strangers, they
Right.
don't know you.
Yep.
And it's not like that in their mind, they're like, collectively, we understand that we're going to go hear a speech. That's not what people thinking.
No,
they
it's
coming
not.
like, you better make me laugh.
Right,
And it better happen soon.
Right.
But at the same time, it's a speech. It's
Yeah.
monologue. It's speech. It's communication.
Yep.
It's like, it's stuff that you got to remember and that you just have to deliver. And if you don't
Yeah.
deliver it right, it can go south very, very quickly.
Oh God, yeah. No, that's
You know what I
true.
mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn, and to be able to remember the whole set, like, do you just like run it back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To be
like
able to know?
so for the most part, when I write something for my comedy, it ain't really too much of writing. The only thing like where my comedy notebook look like, it might just be little notes. I'll be like red hair or something that I know
Right,
to
just so
remember.
you know it triggers
So my
that, yep.
next topic, oh boom, red hair. Then I remember this time when I was in the mall at Beachwell. I seen this lady with red hair. And she was carrying a baby in a stroller. I thought it was a chihuahua. You know what I mean? Like I know
Right.
where it's gonna go next.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So
Pretty much.
Yeah. That was so random. I'm sorry, but and that's not really in my notebook. People don't trip.
Exactly. Like,
But for instance, I know what it means.
Right.
But from there, and then the rest is
Right,
goes.
flows from
Yeah,
there.
like cliff notes, and it flows from there.
that is dope.
Yeah.
That is true though. But that is an excellent point though, right? You preparing and doing all this other stuff. People like,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I'm just here for what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's hard about in the world of entertainment. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So like
Mm-hmm.
people are like, no, this is, they're of course gonna come in with their certain expectations. And you
Mm-hmm.
on the other hand have your ones that you place on yourself to know that you can be the deliverer
Yeah.
of the message.
For sure.
But at the end of the day, you're trying to make sure that your whole message is given out as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, and I love that you do use storytelling. You know what I mean? Because I had mentioned this in the other episode about this class that I took called Somos Semillas, but
Mm-hmm.
in it was based on storytelling. And honestly, I like with the podcast, you know what I'm saying? That like, I feel like it's
Oh, yeah,
storytelling too.
definitely.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Telling people
Yep.
stories. But I love that. And I think it's like, there's so much power in that, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
telling people stories and like you learning from other people's stories and like all of the things you can do. So like, I think it's an excellent way to be able to capture that, but that's awesome. Because I don't know that everybody necessarily sees it that way, but I think it's just such a great way and vehicle to you to be able to like give all that out. The fact that you do it in that way.
Yeah, for
You know what I
sure.
mean? And you frame it with a story.
Yep.
So like, and then with that being said, do you feel like you've been able to like, so like you said, there's certain parts of your story that you're willing to share and like all these other things. Do you feel like you've been able to really like put your all on stage yet? Or there's still some parts that you're like,
Yeah, yes and no. Yes, through the spoken word. 'Cause
Yep.
that's the thing that I've been
For
doing
sure.
for the longest. So I've been writing it since I was 8 or 9.
Yep.
Performing it probably since I was like 12, 13, but professionally 18. I'm 35 now, so that's
oh yeah.
and then comedy, within this 5 years of doing it, I have done a lot of shows. But a lot of that also was like that first year or two, just swapping in jokes, swapping out jokes, trying to figure out me.
Yep.
And I'm still figuring out me. But for the after that first 2 years, the last 3 years, I didn't had more confidence, purpose, and energy. So I still got a lot more strategizing and storytelling as far as implying my feelings and my outlooks on society of healing, you know what I mean, and with the funny. I still got a great road to figure that out. But I do it though.
Yeah,
I do
exactly.
it. I do it. I definitely do it. But it's just the set times and the shows be different because I might go do a show where they only want 5 minutes, and another one they want 10, another one they want 15.
Yep.
I'm slowly creeping up now to the 25-minute, 30-minute mark.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And then that's gonna get me accustomed to being a feature spot. But everything before that was like, people will call it a feature, but it ain't really a feature spot. A feature spot is, 25, 30, 35 minutes, and then that's where I'm building that now. So when I got that much time, then I can give more of a rollout of the inside of who I am. The shorter time, I can maybe tell one story within 2 jokes about a personal thing, and then the other time just goes to me being silly in a creative way. To create entertainment. Which is me, but it ain't exactly what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, it's just me doing the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But being able to and then and then what's interesting is that, and that's even between this time that you've done it for some years, you know what I'm saying, where you've been able to like learn all that and figure that out. And so like I think that's such value in being dedicated, and letting people know that things don't happen overnight then.
Yeah,
so
for
clearly,
sure.
you know what I mean? So like I think that's also one of the most remarkable things I've heard about that is that like I love that you still been doing it, like you're getting good feedback, as you're doing it, all that way. But it's not something that happens that quickly. So like when people don't get success right away, some of us think that that's a sign that we should stop. Like I should have made it by now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
I'm telling you.
Nah, and I knew that before going in. I just, like I said, I was always a fan of it. But just hearing people that are big names and celebrities, podcast interviews, just how long they've been doing something, and then you arrive to your platform or your moment, the time to start.
Right.
And then I see it like it's definitely a hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
I say I'm just now within the last 2 years getting paid on almost all the shows that I do. Right. The first 3 years it was like 50-50.
Right.
I would get paid and then it wouldn't be nothing for real. And then a lot of shows would be for free. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then like now I'm selective where I'll still do a free show if it's like somebody where they couldn't pay the budget.
Yeah.
Or they like
something.
and somebody's close to some type of connection, beautiful connection that I made with somebody. Like, oh yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, then by all means,
I'll do it. But I know my level of and confident in what I can do and bring, and I can definitely have a gift of moving a crowd.
Yep.
So if you're not a referral to somebody that I is close with or something like that, it's gonna be a price.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be a price to pay.
Yeah, but that's who we got to know our worth too. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing. I think I was even seeing a little thing on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is crazy now. You know what I'm saying? They got so much going on. Like I told you, it's looking like Facebook, but it's like it's taking over now.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
You know, I'm not like, what the heck is this now? I logged back into LinkedIn one day. I was like, what the heck? It changed. But there was somebody making a post on there about like knowing sometimes you can't always do the free stuff for real. Like, and in her case, I think she was a mental health professional, and she was saying that too. People be doing that for free sometimes, and it's like no, but these are things that are skills. I can't just walk up there on the stage, you know what I'm saying, and do that. Like, so it's just like I agree. I do think that like with the energy you bring and what you put out, you do deserve to be compensated for that. And I think that's another thing we do. One, you're definitely helping us learn that like things don't happen right away. You got to be willing to put that time in and know that that's not in vain. You know what I'm saying? That just like things don't happen that quickly all the time. And in the process, like you said, you've met a lot of great people. So it's literally like the connections you're forming. It's not just about like, just the audiences themselves. It's also like what people you're able to meet along the way and all that. Exactly. Yep. But agreeably, like sometimes, yes, it's okay to like do some stuff and not get that, but you don't have to do that your whole life.
Exactly. Some people will have you thinking that you do got to do it your whole life, or if your journey don't look like their journey, like they may have put more time or it took them longer. And that may not be the case for you. You know what I mean? Only you will truly know when you're ready. And then, like, in performing arts, the people would tell you. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of stuff to learn on the business aspects. And then from the art, like anybody that's been doing longer than me, when they're around, I just listen.
Yep.
Some stuff be confirmation, and then a lot of stuff be gems. I receive that,
Yep.
and then I apply it. You know?
Exactly.
So, but I know I have that ability to, that student mentality of listening, learning, and applying.
Yeah.
So already when I'm
love
doing
that.
it, it got me here. That got me great feedback. Then got me
Yep.
great success. People that I know, you know, give me their testimony. Like, man, you made me feel good today. You really
Yeah.
brought my mood up. Or, you know, I didn't had a couple times people share their suicide story with me.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And it's like, I just been feeling in like such a depressing slump. But I feel a little bit better today. Like, you know, like that's powerful.
That's
Yeah.
everything.
And then that's definitely the reason why I love doing it. Both the spoken word and the comedy. Because for me, it's what I say, to go back to that healing aspect, liberation.
Yes.
Overall.
Yep.
You know, to liberate the next man or woman.
Come on.
Yeah.
And see that, and that's what I feel. I'm like, that's gonna be the thing that we can never, say enough, is that like that part, what that freedom actually looks like.
Yeah.
And that's something we gotta make sure that we can define for ourselves, not let society define it for us, but also that we actually pursue, you know what I'm saying, and believe that we deserve to, you know what I'm saying, and that we should, because like, no, a lot of times we do. We keep ourselves with those different chains and all of those things, but it's like absolutely not. You know what I mean? You absolutely deserve to be in a place where you're not feeling that and feeling those weights on you and all those things. But like, wow, and there are different ways to get there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that is incredibly powerful. But I feel like, so that lets me know too that with everything you're doing, I mean, you're doing healing work, you know what I mean? And so like, who puts a price on that? You know, like that's
sure.
amazing.
Yep.
Exactly. To know that you could even be somewhere to impact somebody in that way, and they trusted you enough. Like, wow.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I look forward to. Like the performing and seeing what I can do and capable of, and giving somebody a finished package. The creativity, all that that's fun. That's fun. Excites me. It moves me. But it's getting those testimonies. For me, that post ministry, the post show, when I get to go connect with people, and they saying it, you know what I mean? Like,
Come on
and then
now.
I was like, and it's bigger than me.
Yeah,
it's not
is.
that I like to hear it as like, oh, I did that. It was like, okay, God, man, God showed up.
For real.
God showed up, used me as a vessel,
Yeah, he did.
and now I'm connecting with these people. You know what I mean?
come on now.
That's when I know that's the most powerful confirmation. Is like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is
Exactly.
what I'm here for.
That's what
This is
I
what I'm
love.
keep going. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Well, no, and I agree. I just was going to say, you got me all excited because
Yeah.
I'm like, it is such a powerful validation that like
Yeah.
you're in the right space, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like we get that and sometimes we'll question it, like we said,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And think that that's, but obviously not. You know what I mean? Sometimes you are put in certain situations for a reason.
Yeah.
And don't question that. Like, that's a great thing for you to have been able to do that and like feel good doing it,
Yeah.
but know that you're also providing good to other people.
Yeah,
Like, that's
it
what I'm
does
like.
feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, I love that. And we actually, I didn't even get a chance to say it, but one of the things that we did together was actually, I don't even remember what it was called.
Oh yeah,
Like Pitch Yo something.
you talking about with Amani
Imani,
Capri?
yeah,
Oh yeah, probably Conversations Encourage.
Yeah, we were
Yep.
definitely on that. I don't remember what she called the little contest though. It was
Oh
something
yeah,
like Pitch Yo something.
yeah, Pitch Your Gift.
Pitch Your Gift.
Yep,
Okay,
Pitch
there we
Your
go.
Gift. Pitch Your Gift.
So yes. So
Yep.
shout out to Imani. Hey
Yep.
girl.
What's up, Imani?
Yeah, exactly. We were on the same. So we
Yep.
we had to pitch our gifts, y'all. So we was out here doing our little thing. I remember it.
Yep.
You had to like give her a certain like, I don't know, the page on yourself, like a little bio. But we
Yep.
also had to do little videos
Do a
about
video,
like what
too.
we did,
Yep.
just so we could be featured on her radio show. We
Yep.
all did that.
Yep,
we was
we
all like,
did.
yep, we about to do that.
Yep.
And it was so cool.
Yeah,
Like
it
I
was.
do
It
remember
definitely
being
was a
like,
dope experience.
yeah, and I thought it was awesome. I mean, it was cool to me that she even did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That she wanted like community people to like come on. But I loved it because then I got to cross paths with people that I
Yes.
might not have otherwise done.
Yep.
So I'm like, again, I love when people share their platforms
Yeah.
in that way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And invite real people on. You know what I mean? That you can do that. But it was our first.
Dope. Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful Bridges is built when people do that. You
Yeah.
know, they share they light, connect other people.
Yep.
You know, and it just bridges be built.
Yeah, exactly. And we've stayed in contact, as y'all see. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
Yep.
and you always give me the best compliments with my babies, y'all. Like you have no idea.
Oh yeah,
like
they
the biggest
beautiful.
supporter right here.
Man, yeah. Y'all be killing the social media, man. I love seeing that beautiful energy just up and down Facebook and Instagram. You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate
Such a
it.
beautiful family. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they all look just like you too. It's crazy.
Thanks.
They got your face. It's just you know, carbon copies all the way, like literally, you done cloned yourself.
Oh man, well thanks. I'm glad. My little mini me's. Okay, good. I'm glad.
For sure. Definitely your mini me's. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
but you also with the fatherhood. I mean, like, are they like? Do they give you feedback too with the show? Like, do they sometimes come out? Or how that been going?
They not more so, not the comedy yet because I be clowning.
Yeah. So
And
you're like, nope, y'all can't see this
they
yet.
don't see it. And
Exactly,
I
not
got
yet.
teenagers now, so that I just recently got comfortable with accepting their friend requests because I'm like, they know their father. Like it ain't like I'm that much different outside the stage than when I'm on.
Yeah.
You know, I might cuss less.
Right.
That's probably
A little
it.
bit, but that's
you know
it.
what I mean. But they know I would say what come to my mind.
Right.
You know what I mean. And
Yeah.
but the poetry, yeah, they definitely have seen it.
Yeah, that's
enjoyed
awesome.
it. Couldn't believe it. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like
right.
the reactions of once I get off and then how people just flock and want to talk and you know
Right.
they always be like, hey, they treat you like a celebrity. I'm like, nah, I wouldn't say that.
Right, I know.
But you know,
But that's funny that they wouldn't see it. They're like,
they
you just dad to us, so I don't
Yeah,
know why these
yeah.
people coming up to you.
Yep, still just dad to him though.
That's so funny.
They say I'm cringy. They think
Oh
I'm
my
cringy.
gosh, the kids always say
Yeah,
that.
I'm like, what? All the silly they be coming out your mouth. You gonna call me cringy?
Right.
Cause I'd probably said something real,
Right,
and it-
exactly.
gave them a gym, and then they that's cringy. What?
I know. Oh, the kids.
What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
I'm telling you, and a lot of the high
Yeah.
schoolers, yes, they'll say
That's-
that
yeah, they
to the
so
stuff
wild.
that they don't want to like accept.
Yeah, that they don't want to. Yeah,
Nope.
putting up, they funny. You know what I mean?
They are though. They keep you on your toes.
Yeah, they
I'm
do.
telling you.
But
These
fatherhood is a beautiful thing too. That's another. That's something else that I token.
yeah.
Yeah, because you know I didn't have my father, so
Right.
I set out to be everything he was not.
Right.
But I had to be careful that I wasn't putting too much energy into trying not to be him to where I was becoming him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah.
So throughout that, I
Ooh.
learned how to forgive him because it's actually because of him I'm everything I am today.
Yeah,
for the
absolutely.
stuff that he somewhat did and in his absence. So I almost got to thank him for that
Yeah.
because that's my build.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I could have been different.
Yeah.
Maybe in some better ways or maybe in worse ways. Who knows?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Ooh.
I just take it for where's it at now.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And that's a whole word right there because I've come across, and they're males too. I remember I'm thinking especially of a boy student, you know what I'm saying, a male student, and he was saying this sad. Like he had a lot of resentment built up with dad, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like what had happened. But it's funny to me because I don't think he was realizing that like with all the anger he had,
Yeah.
that like in this big effort to not be like him, he was actually still embodying. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
you
A lot of
started
him. I'm
coming
like,
in.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. And this
Yeah.
crazy effort, you almost don't realize that. You know, that's why it's better that forgiveness piece
Yeah.
is so much. It's not just for the other person. It's a lot for you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It really helps you to release it,
Yeah.
and so that you don't. And agreed, I do the same thing with my mom to this day. I'm still unlocking levels of forgiveness with her. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like resenting what happened and like when she was just figuring it out because she didn't know. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? She was
right.
doing the best she could.
Yeah.
Come on now, I'm gonna just do that and keep holding it against her, or am I gonna take from that? You know what I can, and it's
Right.
helped our relationship because agreed.
That's
And,
beautiful.
yeah, but and like you said, it also helps with the parenting. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
it
saying? It
does.
helps us. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And it's like mistakes from what they have done. So now
Yeah.
it becomes a teacher for you.
Come on
You
now.
know what
Yep.
I mean? So some of them actions and stuff. So it's like where that helps you bettering or mastering that I don't want to call it a craft, but that duty,
Right.
that responsibility, mastering that job of being a parent.
Yep.
You know? So now
Absolutely.
it trickle down to them and they may do something better than what you did. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
over time it gets better and better
Absolutely.
and better. You know,
Yeah.
it's really like a generational marathon.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
it is.
So
Yeah, Nipsey wasn't lying when he said it was a marathon.
oh
Not a
right, for
sprint.
sure. Yeah,
You know?
right. Yeah. Shout out to Nip, man.
You know what I'm
Rest in
saying?
peace.
He let us know.
For real.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. No, very true.
Everything that we do and apply, because we are here learning
Yeah. Yep.
and trying to evolve and
Yes.
get better.
Yeah.
Get better. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what we got to know. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to always know it all. Like, there ain't no point where we just going to reach it and that's going to be the end. Like, you know, as you heard too, like, that's why I said I love hearing the little nerve part. You know what I mean? That it still gets you the little jitters.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
You know what I mean? You still know that, like, and that's how you know you still want it too. You know what I mean? When you get out there and you feeling it and you still, like, have that, like, that's just a great, like, place to start from. You know what I mean? At least it also, I think that is even validation in and of itself, that it's something that you obviously care that much about, that it still gets you that. So, like, I love hearing that, and that, like, that's the kind of, you know, mindset we need to take with everything. You know what I mean? Because parenting also gives me the jitters. It's a lot. You know
Oh,
what I
right,
mean?
man.
Like,
Yeah, no, right.
that's a lot. It's a whole thing. Trying to figure that out. Like, how am I going to approach this new thing?
Yep.
But exactly, it's all of those things. But I love that you're incorporating all of that and figuring out, you know, how to do it. And I would keep you forever, but you know what I mean? We got to,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yes, respect the time. But what I was going to say was, if anybody wanted to connect with you, you know, learn more about you, hit up a show, because y'all should do that. Because you know what I'm saying?
Please,
Let's go.
please.
Yeah. Where can they find you? How can they connect?
Yep, you can find me. My social media is Britton Grace on Facebook, Britton Grace Official on IG,
Nice.
and Britton Grace 1 on TikTok. I do post constantly all my upcoming shows, where I'm gonna be at next. My next show, well, tomorrow I will be out at the Patina Art Gallery in Canton.
Okay.
And Ashtabula, Ohio, January 27th at the Epic Live Entertainment Complex Center.
Okay. Look at that. Come on now. So y'all better go to one or the, you know, all three. You know what I'm saying?
And if you can't make those, just stay tuned, man. I post a lot about what's coming up, whether it's spoken words, comedy. Oh, and also shout out to my team, a crew artists creatively recognizing everyone's worth.
Let's go.
You can follow that page at Accrew216 on IG, and that's just a collective of poets, comedians, actors, models, rappers, and R&B blues singers.
Oh, dang. Okay. Very dope.
Yep.
I got to check that one out myself.
Yep.
Okay. So very good. So y'all heard it.
Yep.
So please figure out at least one of those, you know,
Yes.
one way or the other, to definitely be able to reach out. And yes. And thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
I love what you're
absolutely.
doing. It's a beautiful purpose.
Thank
and
you.
we need spaces like this.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
definitely.
much. I
Yep.
appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, and I appreciate all of y'all,
Yes.
you know, so very much. So thank you as always for listening, for tuning in, for being a part, and you know, reach out. Like I said, if there's anything we can do, more ways we can help, and continue to feel good, feel your feelings, and do your thing on every Feel Good Friday and otherwise.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Yay.
Yeah, appreciate you.